Hey guys, as it appears I am not dead, although if my university work becomes any more stressful than it already is, then that might actually change. So where have I been for the last 2 months, as I've actually posted nothing? Well, that is pretty much your answer. I didn't play anything for weeks after Western Wolf split. Then Guild Wars 2 came out, which I played religiously for about 3 weeks because it was actually a good MMO game. But I actually get bored of MMO games really fast for some reason. Then university started again around the end of September, and I didn't play anything until Tuesday when Black Ops 2 came out. Which is what this video is about, obviously. So firstly, this gameplay is kind of everything we despise on this channel, as it's just plain public. As promo players, we don't really like all the perks and stuff like that. I will be getting some competitive based gameplay posted soon when everything is sorted. I have actually played a couple of matches with the settings released by ESL, which stands for Electronic Sports Leagues, for those who don't know. It's a website which hosts loads of cups and leagues, usually with money prizes, for loads of different competitive games, including Pro Mod, which did that for the last few years. On there they're doing a Black Ops 2 Cup, and they released a rule set to tell people which perks, guns, etc. to disable to make the game playable. So this is a first step, and I'll put the rule set in the description, so if you have a team or you want to mix, you can start a custom game and have a mix or a PCW, which I'll go into more detail about later, and you could use this rule set as your guideline. But yeah, in this video I'm going to be telling you what I think about the game and its future, the pros and cons, and some other random stuff. So firstly, do I like the game? Yes. Is it perfect? No, it's far from perfect. With all these new CODs that have been released since COD 4, I've always said the one which I felt the best to me was Black Ops 1, but nothing came of it. I did expect the same with Black Ops 2, and I did kind of deliver in that aspect. When playing the game itself, it does feel relatively smooth moving around. It almost feels similar to what COD 4 did when it was released on stock. In fact, just to put it out there, I think this game is probably better on stock than COD 4 was, because that game was fucked. But yeah, the movement isn't too bad. The only downfall for me in that regard is it not being able to sprint after jumping and when you land. But I guess that removes the whole bunny hopping aspect. But I do think it will make the game slightly slower. The aiming is fine, no problems with it, although I do sometimes feel it takes a million bullets to kill somebody. So overall, in terms of gameplay, it's actually kind of nice to play. Hopefully it somehow becomes better in later patches. Right now my field of view is on 80, and as far as I know they're releasing a patch to allow this to be put up to 90, which is good. To be honest, I wish that I could make a document stating all the problems of the game and things that need to be added and fixed, and send it to the PC guys at Treyarch, although I very much doubt they'd even take a look at it or consider it, but I might do it. I guess it's worth a try. So moving on to other aspects about the game, for what are new for promo players like myself. The media possibilities are pretty amazing. By this I mean the streaming straight to YouTube, which I did actually try. It's okay at the moment, but could do with some improving. I've also been able to stream Black Ops 2 on Twitch TV, and it doesn't feel laggy, which I have been doing for the last 2 days, and I had this problem with Pro Mod that it always felt laggy. You've also got the theatre mode, which I really like because it allows free spec and demos and stuff, which is what we always lacked in COD 4, so that's just good in its own regard. And the game also has a COD caster mode, which is brilliant because it already has all the stuff we needed to add in Pro Mod in terms of shoutcasting, so it's kind of esports ready in that regard. It also has the league play system. As most will know, the game doesn't come with dedicated servers. Yes, we all agree that this is bad. I have no idea why they are so oblivious to PC players' demands of dedicated servers. Just a big mistake on their part. Although the league system that they've implemented I actually like. It's very similar to League of Legends or StarCraft. It basically has 5 placement games, and then you get put into a league. These include Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Masters and Grandmasters. This gameplay at the moment is one of my league games. Unfortunately they have again made a huge mistake because they are clueless about competition on the PC and have made the game mode 4 vs 4. That's very Xbox-like. I hope they change this to 5v5. Also in league play at the moment, it basically has everything unlocked. I'm actually not too sure why, and I hope they make some kind of good rule set in the future. So far it's really the only thing I've been playing, and I landed myself in the Platinum League, then progressed through it in a couple of games and got into the Masters League, and I'm actually the only person in there, which is kind of funny. It also seems that not a lot of people are playing the League games and everyone's just ranking up on public, so that kind of sucks. I've probably missed a couple of things about the positives of the game, but to wrap it up as it is, the game feels nice to play. It has good media and competitive capabilities, and it just depends what we can make of it. All I can say is time will tell. Now moving on to the negatives of the game, well, there's always going to be negatives with any game, especially a new COD game. The biggest letdown is the maps. As somebody who is close to graduating as a level designer, I have absolutely no idea how the people in these companies that create COD even have a job, because the levels are atrocious. I mean, really. They look exactly the same and the layout of them is horrible, but saying this, I have seen a few maps which I think could possibly work on Search and Destroy once people get used to them. I think if worse comes to worse, people are talking about changing the game mode to capture the flag, which for a COD game on PC is different, but I think this is played on Xbox all the time. As I mentioned earlier, the game doesn't come with dedicated servers, which is obviously a huge downfall because it means we have to use their Xboxy system, and that kind of sucks on PC, especially for competitive play. It also means you'll see no Netsky servers with its regular players, and I think having dedicated servers for your team for people like Netsky creates a community in itself, and unfortunately we won't be able to see that. Another problem, probably the biggest problem, is the fact that they won't release mod tools. As far as I know, this is probably because they want to release downloadable content and charge people for that, and it's a simple strategy for a money-grabbing company, but it means that we can't modify the game as we want. Although they give us some options, it also means we can't fix general stuff like improving movement, FPS, visuals, gun damage and so on. I think because we don't have dedicated servers, it also makes playing PCWs and mixes a lot harder, as it means you have to like add everyone on Steam and then invite them, and it's just so much effort when you could instead just join a server and start playing. But we'll see if a system is made to make all this easier in time. As I mentioned earlier, I have been playing some competitive games, and you can find a video on demand of these on my Twitch TV channel in the description. I'll go over some of the settings we're playing, which makes it similar to Pro Mod. These include having no kill streaks, no perks, very limited guns. In the team, people can only use one bolt action sniper. Although when playing PCWs with these rules, you have like no set rule for stuff like taking one scope, because it's not set in stone. It's just a guideline. So if you break it and do take two snipers on your team, you just ruin the fun for everyone else. As I said earlier, I'll put the link or the rules in the description, so you can start using them. You would do this by going to a custom game and then just inviting your team or friends, and then basically finding another team to play against. As far as I know, there's a Steam group someone started to find PCWs, and an mIRC channel similar to COD Forward at Wars, so I'll put these in the description as well. I've probably missed loads of stuff, so if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. Overall, I can't tell you if this game will become competitive or not at this stage. Time will tell.